Hi folks, my name is Ragitsu and I welcome you to a cooperative Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights for the PC. God, so many memories with this game. It's been about a decade since I played it to completion. So at least on my part, the game will not be fully blind. I have a rough idea of what's going on and I'm not completely inept with the Dungeons & Dragons 3.0 rules that the game utilizes, but yeah, it won't be perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I'm joined by Joshy676
Hey, how's it going?
and Seph.
What's up, dudes?
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and create my character now. Let's see here. Gender, male, doesn't really matter either way. Race. The interesting things with the races in this game is that since they're based on the Dungeons & Dragons 3.0 rules, they each have their benefits and drawbacks, although in the case of humans, they're not really penalized. As you can see here, they can pretty much multi-class to any other class, like a fighter or a bard or a wizard. They get an extra feat at first level. A feat is kind of like a major benefit to your character. Feats are relatively rare throughout the game. I believe they come in at every 3 levels or so. So an extra feat is really helpful. And they get 4 extra skill points, which can be a benefit if you're playing a class with a few amount of class skills. So it's my choice for this Let's Play in any case. Pick a portrait. I'm not usually too thrilled with the portrait options, but we'll find something here that works. Yeah, I'll just stick with Mr. Generic Portrait here. It's not really important. Class selection. I'm going to be playing a Cleric. Basically, divine spellcasters that are good in support roles. They have a lot of magic that buffs themselves up and teammates up, as well as curative magic, of course, but they also have a few direct damage spells and summons, so they're pretty good all around. I'd say they're a little bit overpowered, but I'm not going to try and optimize to an extreme end. Go ahead, pick Cleric. Alignment. This is just basically how your character behaves to other people, how they fit in the world's moral and ethical axis. I'm going to pick neutral good. I don't really care to be too focused on the law, and I'm not wild enough to be chaotic, so I'll just be the typical do-gooder. 12 strength. Strength is not really critical for a cleric, but I'm going to be carrying heavy armor and a lot of potions, so I want to have a decent strength score. I can leave dexterity at 10. Dexterity is not too key for clerics. I'm going to bump up constitution to 12 because I would like a little bit of extra life. And wisdom is what clerics use to cast their spells with. It determines the power of their spells and how many spells that they do get. So I'm going to crank that up to 16. Clerics don't get a lot of skill points, so intelligence will be raised to 12, so my guy will get an extra skill point at each level, in addition to his human bonus skills. Last but not least, charisma. This is not critical for a cleric, but it influences how well they can scare the undead, destroy the undead, and it will influence their persuade skill. It'll give it a boost, basically, so I'm going to raise that to 14. And I think this is pretty decent all around.
Keep in mind that clerics can channel either positive or negative energy depending on where they sit on the good-evil axis. Neutral clerics can choose one or the other, but not both.
Pretty much. Now let me configure my cleric skills. Definitely going to get concentration because if you're in melee range with a cleric and you're casting a spell, an attack could disrupt your spell casting, but if you roll successfully against concentration, they get to still cast. That's the truth for pretty much any spellcaster, really. So I'm going to boost that up. Going to increase heal to the maximum amount because I'm still going to be using healing kits to save my spell slots whenever possible. Going to pump up persuade to the maximum amount because I like to get the best reward if I can, usually. And there are not a lot of other class skills, so I'm going to pick spellcraft. Let me see here. Spellcraft, persuade, heal, and concentration. Yep, that's pretty much all I can get that's of any use. Okay, feats. Let's see here. I'm going to get Luck of Heroes. It's not exactly the most optimized choice, but it is a pretty solid pick, and it's level 1 only. Plus, I like to play defensively, so a +1 to all saving throws is pretty handy. I'm going to pick that. And then, can I pick it already? I'm going to get extra turning because I'm going to sort of specialize in turning the undead. Extra turning and Luck of Heroes. Let me go back. There's also Extend Spell, which basically means your spells last for a longer amount of time, but that's not too useful when you have very low level spells anyways. So extra turning and Luck of Heroes it is. Now I have to pick 2 domains. Domains are basically what a cleric's deity specializes in, what their focus is. My guy's gonna follow the the deity of Lathander, who's basically the god of hope, youth, creativity, and the dawn. So sun makes sense. It also helps turning undead, so that's very handy. I'm gonna break characterization a bit and pick the magic domain. It doesn't really have anything special to it, but it does give me quite a few extra spells that will come in handy. So for gameplay purposes, this is a better pick. Magic and Sun. Time to customize my guy's appearance. Not going to spend too long here because I have a basic idea of what he's going to look like.
You don't exactly have a wide range of options either, so spending a long time in there is not recommended.
Definitely. And clothing doesn't matter too much, but I'll pick something, I don't know, golden maybe.
That might be the only bummer about this game is how little like choice and color you have as far as like outfits.
That's true, but on the other hand, if you want a lot of options, you basically should play the actual Dungeons and Dragons game itself.
It's true.
Okay, skin color, hair color. Not gonna have a tattoo.
Get on them! Attack, I say!
And time to pick a voice which will no doubtably annoy me for the rest of the game. First name Rezar, age 25. Last name Kazim. Let's see voices.
Show them your steel! Attack now! You shall taste my...
God,
Once
I don't know what
more
they were
into the
thinking.
breach, my
They
friends.
BioWare hires professional voice actors for most of the game's NPCs, but when it comes to the actual PC, they just seem to pick whoever was walking by on the street at the time.
Attack! By my will!
Some would argue it could have been worse. They could have had the voice actor who would eventually go on to voice the male Commander Shepard to do most of those.
Attack!
Although, I personally liked his delivery, even if it was a little dry and flat.
Suffer to the fight, my...
I mean, they could have gone
Take
they could have gone the Capcom route too and just paid them to do shitty B-movie acting.
Have you noticed an improvement in Capcom's voice acting as of late?
Maybe in its recording quality, but it seems just as terrible as it used to be. Maybe not so like narmy. Like it's certainly no, you were almost a Jill sandwich, but it's still like you can't take it seriously.
I'm going to pick the mature swashbuckler. Okay, play, and here's the introductory video. I'll let that. Unfortunately, the Bink/Bic video files are not recorded with Bandicam, so I'll upload those separately to the my actual channel later on. But for now, I'm in the game, and which one of you guys is up next for a character creation?
I don't really mind if you go first, Josh. It's cool.
Alright, I'll take it. So,
Excellent.
Alright, so you got a new character. I am probably going to play a female. Not that it particularly matters. Just seems like a better idea for me.
There might be, sorry to interrupt, I was going to say there might be dialogue options which depend on that, but it doesn't really shape the game that heavily.
It seems like the gender-dependent dialogue sets are generally ignored by what the NPC actually says. You know, as far as the voice acting goes. The text dialogue will still have it in there, and will react both to your real name and your gender, but because of the wide variety of names you can put in, obviously they're not all recorded, so they don't actually say your character's name or even refer to your character's gender unless... or at all, actually. At least that's what it looks like. Anyway, I could really use the extra skill points and the bonus feat. So I'm also going to pick a human. That's actually pretty common for me. Wow, some of these character portraits are actually mirror images of each other, perhaps with different backgrounds, such as these two right here. Way to get creative there, BioWare. Alright, I'm gonna choose that one.
Yeah, how many years before KOTOR, the first one, is this?
About 1 year, actually.
Wow. And I remember KOTOR super, super fondly. And
Oh, same here.
like, just the year difference between this game and that one is, if it is indeed a year, is vastly improved.
In previous tests, I was running anything from a ranger to a monk. I'm actually going to multi-class as a rogue ranger, but start with the rogue. Though we will act some frontline fighting, especially in the opening fights, it will make opening locks and disabling traps a lot easier.
Excellent.
So, true neutral's the default one. I usually err on the side of good, and since I'm playing a rogue, I'm probably going to be chaotic good. It's just
Excellent.
usually my standpoint on that one. I don't generally play lawful good unless I have to, because it's too easy to fall into that class requirement of having a stick up one's rear end.
It's all too easy, but you don't need to do that. You just have to be aware of the fact that you're not being lawful stupid, you're being lawful good. There's pretty much a balance between the two considerations, basically.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with ranged attacks. So dexterity is definitely going to be one of my stronger suits. I also need a wider range of skill points and bonuses to open lock and disable advice. So I'll definitely need points in dexterity and intelligence. Since I'll be one of the closer fighters to being in the front lines, some constitution will also be useful. But I don't think wisdom would be too important, though that means I'm probably going to be the target of any sort of willpower effects, since the other two spellcasters will have a high will save as well as probably decent wisdom scores.
It's worth it for listen and spot, basically.
Yeah, that's about the only thing. I don't believe in the concept of dump stats, so I'm basically going to have 2 more or less average skills, 2 decent skills, and 2 good skills. So we're going to go with this sort of array right here. Strength of 13, Dexterity 15, Constitution 12, Wisdom 11, Intelligence 15, and Charisma 10.
Because when you're stabbing things from the shadow, it doesn't come as a requirement to be sociable.
Exactly. Although putting points in appraise would allow us to get better, would at least allow me to get better deals with the merchants. That may carry to the whole party, I'm not sure. I hope so. Definitely going to max out the disable trap and open lock skills, because that is the whole reason I chose a rogue. Also putting some points in parry. I'm actually going to cross-class into discipline, because it's a useful skill, and it will become a class skill later as I multi-class into ranger. Set trap will also be useful later once I multi-class into ranger. Also some pickpocket, a little bit of persuade. Lore helps with identifying items.
I mean, we could always just hand you our loot and then you sell it and pay us dividends.
Mm-hmm.
That's certainly true.
We'll make you like quartermaster, you know? You handle the funds, we'll just kill stuff.
Use magic device will also be helpful for me, especially since the other 2 members of my party will be able to cast magic and use devices without a problem. I'll need the used magic device skill in order to use them. It'll be difficult for me, but not impossible. Since I will be more of a ranged fighter. I'm not going to choose the ambidexterity feat, though I really want to. Instead, I'll go with dodge. And to get stuff moving early, also point blank. Wait, I have to think about that a little bit. I think point blank shot comes with the first level of ranger, but I'm not certain.
Well, if it does, don't you get a free feat?
I don't know. It may be wiser to choose mobility, since I'll be the closest to the front lines in fighting, and not getting hit is better than getting hit and taking a little bit of damage. So we're gonna get scrappy up in here. Alright. Females, especially the human females, don't have a great variety, in my opinion, of what's available. Although I think all the heads are the same among the different races. Not a big fan of what's available here. I'm just going to go with the one with the headband here. Oh, I just noticed there's actually more tattoo variety than I thought. I'll go for some fairly extensive tattoos.
Is your character going to get a chance to show off said tattoo?
That's a good question. I may deliberately choose skimpy clothing just so it shows off tattoos. Which is actually really silly. But we live in the age of chainmail bikinis, so yeah. Alright, that'll be good enough. So, skin color, we'll choose that one. Hair color doesn't seem to matter for this model because she appears to be wearing some sort of hat. Choose one of those metallic colors, and then maybe mess with the head so I can see what it looks like. Let's see. That'll be good enough. I believe the character portrait's wearing a robe anyway, so there we are. And I'm going to choose metallic blue tattoo. What is this? My apologies for that. I ended up getting a Skype call. Wasn't particularly fond of that, but I had to cancel out of it. I'm going to go with ridiculously colored blue tattoos. Just because I can.
Are you going to get blue hair?
Nah. I'm rolling a human. Doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm just going to go with a couple randomly generated names, see what I like.
She could have some kind of water or air elemental heritage.
That's true. Huh, this almost looks like a porn star name. Sable Rift.
Oh, man.
Okay, we are not doing Brutish Thug.
Is that the male version or female version?
Female.
I want to say that the voice can be changed later on if you're displeased with what you pick, but I'm not 100% certain of that.
I don't think you can. I'm thinking either Cold Killer or Seductress. Yeah, let's go with Cold Killer. That sounds like a good idea. Alright, we have ourselves a rogue. You can look over these tabs to confirm and finalize any of your skill, feat, or character sheet decisions, just in case you're not sure about what you picked. Just like in standard 3rd edition D&D rules, your character gets full hit points at first level, and then it's randomly rolled based on their hit die every level up.
But we will be able to circumvent that by going through the character leveling up process over and over until we get the full amount of hit points.
We can do that?
We can, and I will definitely take advantage of it. It's not cheating in a way. It's
Well-
not cheating at all.
Well, in that case, I'll be doing that as well.
It's especially necessary for classes with lower than D10 hit points. Ah, there you are. Wait, let's wait for
Finally, you're up.
the
I
last
was
character
afraid
to
you
hop
were
in.
going to sleep
Ah,
all
yes.
day.
Okay, so this is
I guess
Seph,
the instructors
and
worked you
I'm going to
pretty
be playing a
hard here
bard.
at the
And
academy.
typically, when I make characters, I just reverse engineer. And unfortunately, Neverwinter Nights doesn't allow you to do that. So Neverwinter Nights doesn't really allow you to reverse engineer like your character. Like I can't start with the name and then work backwards. Even though typically when I do that, when I'm making a character, that's what I think. So I already have the kind of character I want to make in mind. I'm going to do a bard, and while role playing, I'm just going to play guitar parts when I cast the spells to make it a little more fun and enjoyable. Well, so get the personalities going on. So I'm going to be playing male character just because it's easier to do so. Me being a male, it's hard to put myself in that kind of female standpoint. So I know kind of what I want to do. I'm going to play a dwarf and give this some racial not equality, but
Diversity?
yeah, some diversity. You can call me affirmative action, but I'll probably be really angry about it.
Interesting choice, considering that bards suffer some charisma loss. I mean, not bards, dwarves, I should say.
Right. Just for being little people. Let's see. They don't really have...
Funnily enough, I just want to add some commentary. In the Forgotten Realms, there is a subrace of dwarf which doesn't suffer a charisma loss, but they do, I believe, suffer a dexterity loss. If that subrace had been available, would you have chosen it?
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately, we are rather limited in our options outside of delving deep into optional modules.
Alright, I'm gonna grab this dude with the pipe. He doesn't really look like a dwarf, but it don't matter. He's a bard. This is my bard. He's gonna look like that. Alright, so let's see, alignment here. I almost find that alignments are kind of not foolhardy, but they're almost not. They don't really nail down characters all the way. Like lawful good, I mean, that's obviously someone who has a code of conduct they follow. But what if their code of conduct is literally the law of chaos? And you could just pick chaotic good and call it that. But what if literally that's the letter of the law you uphold to? So like it gets kind of confusing in that. So that said, I'm going to be playing true neutral, because if you're going to be a bard who, you are a storyteller, you do tales, you do that sort of thing, you would need the most, objective standpoint of everybody, and you can't really have that if you're prejudiced or, like you act towards one scale or the other on all of it. So I'm going to keep him in sort of the back, like in the most gray area you can, and so he reflects as it is instead of his opinion on what it is.
Here is a contrasting thought to that. What if you are playing a cleric of a knowledge god, and the god themselves are not true neutral? Shouldn't you still have a duty to be impartial in that regard?
I mean, it depends. I don't really play characters that have with deity requirements, because I'm not that kind of person myself. It's hard for me to put myself in those shoes. So I would need someone who does that all the time to like really say for sure. Oh man, it boosted charisma up to 11 already. Everything else is at 8s except for Constitution, which is at 10. So as a bard, the thing about bards in D&D, if you've never played before, they're kind of like the fifth wheel character. A lot of people refer to them as, because in your standard party, you got your fighter, your rogue, either your wizard or sorcerer. You've got your arcane magic, and you've got your cleric, your divine magic caster. And then, so if you don't have a rogue, you can substitute with a bard, because they can cover some of those things. If you need another fighter, they're an extra sword hand. If you need extra spell casting, they do buffs and debuffs by themselves, so you can kind of leave those areas to them. They don't really fill in any role by themselves excellently, but they will like substitute pretty well, or even be supplemental to that. And so knowing that, I need to have a pretty diverse array of skills going in. So I'm going to set everything to 11s right now, and drop it to 10 if necessary. If you've also never played D&D before, on these attributes, 10 is the average human being on any of these things. So having a 10 in charisma, it's kind of weird to think of it now because most people don't socialize. They just stay on the internet, and you kind of really, your charisma doesn't really play out there very well in text. But in person, that's any kind of person who's really good with small talk. Like, they can carry a conversation, no problem. And maybe they're kind of awkward sometimes, but they get through it. In this case, as a bard, he would need really fantastic charisma because he's going to be telling stories and singing songs, and you really need a personality for that. He ought to have good wisdom and fairly decent intelligence, so that if he's singing songs, he needs to be able to write down words and then put them together logically, and then in a way to do puns, to do plays on them. And wisdom, just so he carries around this really like street smart kind of, he doesn't learn everything by a book. He's probably had conversations, he's had a few teachers, that sort of thing. I'm going to want dexterity to be fairly good, maybe 12 in strength, and then I'll put the other 2 in constitution just because I like the way it's already set up. So I see him as this, like, he carries like either a rapier, a short sword, just a really thin kind of blade. He'll sort of dance around, and when he's not doing that, he'll be in the back playing his lute, or in my case the guitar, or using a crossbow. He's going to be just all over the place, filling in roles where needed, and so I need him to do that. Packages, I never pick any of these packages ever, because all the fun in making this character is getting your skills and assigning them where you want.
Exactly.
Like, you can't really make your character based on a default template unless you have the most generic character possible. And if so, I encourage you to increase your imagination and think up something outside the box on that one. There's no reason for me to do appraise because we have a fantastic rogue. So I'm going to do bluff, do concentration, of course, because if you're going to do any combat casting, like Ragitsu said, you should at least consider putting stuff in concentration.
Bards get charm person, do they not?
Yes, we do.
Excellent. So that's another reason why you don't need appraise.
Now, I'll probably will not stick to the shadows. I'm going to stay out in the open. I'll put listen up. When I think of skills, I try to map the character down, like what I see in my head, like what I see them doing. I try to map that and then base their skills on that. I'm more focused on the role-playing aspect as opposed to I'm making a character and here's their set of numbers and I'm going to just assign this set of numbers. I want to make them more of a character to me, and hopefully that plays out that way. At the same time, it is a game, and if you don't build a character who plays the game correctly, you are not exactly helping out the party. So it's like finding the middle ground between those two, like something fun, but something that you get the sense that they're a person.
It also depends on your level of experience, I just wanted to say, because if you are more experienced, you can typically get by with builds which are less optimized than others.
Ooh, whoa. Okay, there was a huge, voice lag there. That was weird. Like, all your words just smushed up together and then, sped up and slowed down. It was crazy.
Oh, I was just saying that the more experienced a player you are, the less of an optimized character you can get by with, basically.
Gotcha. So, I will put a little bit into lore, and you'll notice I'm not putting a whole lot of skills and focusing on one in general. I want this guy to have a very wide, diverse array of things he could be doing. He's not going to be great at any one thing, unless later on down the line I'm like, oh, he's been doing this a lot more often than anything else. I'm going to focus on doing that. Okay, so I'm going to put 4 into perform. I've been doing 2s in pretty much everything else, with the exception of hide and move silently, because I'm not going to stick to the shadows. We got a rogue who can do that fairly well. Persuade is good. Yeah, I'll leave that with the charisma being where it is. It's cool. Maybe 1 in tumble and 1 in taunt, and I should be good. I didn't put anything in spellcraft. I may, upon a level up, decide that I want something else. So with 1 feat, I could go extra music. It's not a bad choice, especially since most of what I do is buffs and debuffs. That Ooh, Lingering Song is a good one as well. Just for that additional time spent with it. Although I was also kind of thinking, do they have... They don't. Weird. Okay, so I wonder... Oops, I hit the microphone there. It's strange that you don't get exotic weapon proficiency to pick right from the beginning. Because what if I want to wield a katana right off the bat?
I wonder if that requires a base attack bonus requirement of +1. I'm not sure though.
You know what? Actually, I think it does. That's why. The excellent contribution there, Ragitsu.
So are you gonna pick that up later on then?
Yes, because I want this dude to be, you know, I see him being kind of a wacky sort of bard. Like, if there's anybody who's going to do comedic relief, it's going to be him. So I'm going to go Lingering Song on this one. The last time I built a bard, I did extra music, which was fine for extra casts, but I think these buffs need to last longer, as opposed to me just casting more of them. Cure Minor...
I was just going to say, considering none of us are really frontline fighters or just super melee masters, we are going to have to win our battles mostly by attrition, so what you said is true. We want our effects to last for as long as possible.
That's right. And I'm going to have a few cure spells to help out the cleric with, but I don't necessarily have anything near what he's going to have. And although I'll have arcane spells to cast later, I'm not... Like, I don't have the sorcerer's, like, kind of punchy effects. I don't have the wizard's versatility. I just have little bits of buffs that I can use every now and again. So let's customize, and wow, dwarves are shorter than I was imagining and not quite as stout. So let's stout him up. There we go. Now that he's looking like a dwarf, he looks like he spends a lot of time in taverns, imbibes a lot of alcohol, and probably impresses a lot of women. But certainly not with that shaved head, so let's give him something that's somebody, you know, could say, oh wow, you know, that's attractive. The eyebrows and the balding, not so much. Although, that if I go to wield a katana later, I could be like, yeah, he's totally samurai-looking dude.
Are you making a ZZ Top?
If they don't really have a beard like that in here, it's the weird thing. Like, there's a guy with a goatee, which is braided. He's got a small... It doesn't even look like a ponytail. It looks like just someone forgot to shave a small patch of the back of his head. There's a dude with an eye patch. There's a long beard. There are a lot of bald dwarfs. Holy crap, these guys have terrible headlines.
Well, you can always get a hat or a cloak or a helmet later on if need be.
I probably will do that option. The tattoos... Is he that guy? Is he going to do waxing? Because look at my tattoos. Yes, he is. Those are fine. Brown and this, like, weird looking... Yeah, there's a story behind that. Sure. Make that green even. Green ink and that little silvery splash thing. It looks like Quicksilver. I'll have a hard time explaining that. Should be good. So let's make him fat again. Clothing. So now it's like, do I want him to be pompous? Do I want him to look like a putz? Like, how... You know, this is all part of, like, what I see in this character. And so this gestury outfit, I think that's the illusionist robe is what they call it. It's kind of lame and weak. Now this says flamboyant. Look at that codpiece. I mean, this dude is so totally bard, it's not even funny. Alright, he can be... Nah, I'm not gonna be blue because Cleric might confuse him for an undead. Alright. Have you ever seen a sunburned dwarf? Me neither. They live underground, so that don't quite make sense.
Speaking of dwarf personality types, or just the way dwarves are written to be, you'd think there might be more dwarves, because while dwarves tend to be lawful, or gravitate towards lawful alignments by nature, they are pretty community-based. They are outgoing in a sense, despite their charisma penalty.
Alright, and this dude is going to have teal hair because, you know, he's a celebrity, he's a performing artist, so he's going to try and do something that stands out and gets him extra attention. And anyone who has that kind of, like, silvery tealish hair with that kind of, like, red gorilla skin, you know, that stands out. That'll get him some attention there. Cool. Alright, that voice is lame. That is nowhere near what he's gonna sound like. So, right now, I need a cool bard name, and I already have in mind, so this is gonna be Cyrus. And he's not gonna, well, 50? I don't really know dwarf ages all that well.
I think it's. I think they live to be about. Oh, I can't believe I forgot. But at least 150 years, I think. So you can make this guy, dude, 50, and he'd still be not even middle-aged by dwarven standards.
Right. Okay, so we'll do like prime numbers here. Just because I like those, they make for like strange things that happen. So 53 is a good one. Cyrus, like, so you need a cool like dwarven bard name, something where you hear it and you're like, oh yeah, that he's got to be a bard. That's nobody has that regular kind of name. Cyrus the Blustering. He is totally a bard. He just yells at you, but in a sing-song way, and then everybody gets buffed. So we'll go with the. What does the manic psychotic sound like? Where's the throatiness? It doesn't have the sociopath? Not even. Okay, typical fighter. Maybe?
Did you try boisterous, good-natured?
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Boom. Alright, cool. And so, Cyrus is ready to go here.
Excellent. Show off. Okay, game starts out during the...
Finally, you're up.
Oh.
I was afraid you
Hello
were
there,
going to
Cam
sleep
Clark.
all day. I guess the instructors work you pretty hard here at the academy.
The game starts off at a academy in the city of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is basically one of the most cosmopolitan
Hey there.
centers of
I want to
population in
talk
the
to
realms. You could pretty much equivocate it to New York City or Los Angeles, though it's considerably more upscaled on the whole.
My name's Pavel. I'm one of the new recruits. I just arrived here at the academy this morning. Hey there. I want to talk to you.
Your guy looks gnarly.
Doesn't he?
Awesome.
He looks like a sunburnt dwarf. Like he went out to a couple sandy shores, which I guess that's a Grand Theft Auto line I just dropped, but you know, he looks like he's been out and about way too long outside of his little hole in, you know, the cave. Oh, sorry about that.
Let me get a good look at this guy. Get really right next to him and zoom in with the camera. Oh, by the way, I think the way loot works in this game is that it's first come, first serve. There is no multiple loot drop for the number of players.
You breathe your last.
You really have to zoom in to see his eyes. It's hard to discern his facial features from the distance.
Right.
Damn, that is one sharp-looking beard, and I don't mean sharp in a complimentary sort of way, but literal sense. It looks razor sharp.
Yes, the polygons don't do it any justice.
Dang.
Hey there.
Dag, bro. Dag.
Hello again.
Let's press on,
surprised
folks.
you were-
Oh, still have to talk to the Keeper of Keys.
I saw you
I'm not
to
talking
my
to you,
brother
Pavel. You already
My
spoke
name is
with our fucking leader here.
These guys are just basically informing how the game works, but since we have a rough idea already, we don't really need to go through the whole rigmarole.
Alright, let's put on the leather armor here.
I'm so awesome. I'm already geared up and walking around in move silently mode.
Well, aren't you special?
I'm the rogue. I have to.
I could do that too.
Time to buy some gear from this guy. No, don't go over that again.
Right. Equip the crossbow, because it's the only thing I have at the moment.
Let's see if this guy's anything decent in the way of armor. I got a chain shirt for some reason. I don't know how.
Welcome back.
I believe he gives one to everybody.
Ooh, he's
How
so
does the
sexy.
target not have any gold?
Welcome back. So what?
Did you set your spells, by the way, Cyrus or Seph?
It set them all for me.
Okay.
It's weird that I only have one cast of Bard Song, but we are level 1, so that does make some sense.
I hotkeyed Cure Minor Wounds, Cure Light Wounds, Bless, and Turn Undead, which are pretty much all I'm going to be doing right now. Healing and casting Bless to buff everyone.
Let's see. Light crossbow, is that a two-handed weapon?
I believe so.
Damn, because if I could do a crossbow and a shield, that would have been tits, but can't, so... What
It's
is
rather practical.
Because I like to do like some role-playing things, I'm gonna keep a few outfits on hand just to like dress into. Like, let's say I have to disguise. You won't actually need this for game purposes, but this is just I'm playing the character.
Yeah, and I forgot to go over this earlier. I'm going to first say actually that while we're not going to be rushing, while we're not going to be exploring every option in the game and finding every secret, we're not going to be rushing blindly through the game either. We're going to find a happy medium. And I wanted to say, I'm going to try to roleplay at times, but I'm not going to be fully roleplaying. I tend to save that for actual pencil and paper RPGs, but maybe Seph will have a positive influence on me.
Well, it depends on how gruff of a dwarf voice I can make, while doing like pretty like chords, we can see how that works out. Alright, and I'm gonna buy that katana right now, that ridiculously overpriced katana.
You're going to be a katana wielding bard?
That's right. In fact, I'm gonna equip it right. Oh, it won't let me.
Wasn't there a movie about that? Oh yeah, it's called Six String Samurai.
Yeah, which I didn't hear that it was very good, to be honest with you.
Good idea for a campaign adventure, though.
Oh yeah. Dude just sits by the fire. We won't need torches all that much, right? I mean, you've got a torch and light.
And considering I'm a Cleric of Lathander, I have no problem memorizing light spells if need be. But there will also be quite a few items with light permanently cast on them.
Welcome back.
Right, and I don't necessarily need it as a dwarf with dark vision.
I managed to find a scroll of sound burst.
Nice.
I'm not sure if you, the bard, would want it, Cyrus.
If it's on a scroll, I can probably cast it.
As can I. Or attempt to, anyway.
Ooh,
Right.
large shield.
I
Use
always
magic device and all that.
I always forget, like, when playing as a spellcaster character, that you don't just have your spell slots, and that's how they make up for not having, what do you call it? That's how they make up for, not having, like, a mana pool or things to use in that sense.
Do either of you need a club?
I think I'm alright with what I've got.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sell it then.
I've got a dagger, but I'm going to hold on to that just in case. Running out of crossbow bolts could be bad.
What carrying capacity do you guys have? I can carry up to 100 pounds.
Me too.
110.
Oh, nice.
Might as well make me the pack mule. I'll distribute treasure as needed.
Well, since you're going to be the one handling traps and everything, I trust you 100% around those treasure chests. Ha ha ha. That'll be my bad joke, like rim shot, because we don't have a drum set here. I mean, we do, but I can't really, like, blast you guys with Josh's drum set.
You're one of the students here at the academy,
Thankfully, I think only one of us needs to interact with the key NPCs at a time.
Yeah.
Ooh, book piles. I'm gonna go steal some stories out of there. I probably will never ever read these, but my character will.
How would your character justify that with their true neutral alignment?
Like, justify reading things?
Justify stealing books. Although in
I
this
don't know
case, it wouldn't be stealing so much as borrowing, considering this is a mini library of sorts.
Right, well, these are books, I feel like if I've been invited here to learn and the books are here, I should take use of that. And I totally intend to bring them back, but as we're
Right.
going to find out very fast, no one is even going to care that I borrowed some books, and I probably won't
About
return
time
them.
you showed up, recruit. My name is Herban. As far as your worthless hide is concerned, you can just call me Sir.
Only one way out for
Hello,
you.
Mr. Tutorial. Yes, we will go bash your inanimate statues.
Oh, I missed.
This guy is just basically explaining how the combat rules work, but they're pretty simple in general. You just right-click on a target and click on the sword to attack. There are a lot more options, but that's all we have to learn for now.
Nobody walks away.
Go and talk to Hewitt to continue your test.
Talk to Mr. Hewitt. How did I just gain 6 experience points?
Because we destroyed his
destroyed
training
Dummy.
dummy,
Oh,
and
okay.
now I'm destroying the other one for no reason.
Evil shall never triumph!
I'm going to do this
Only one way out
test.
for you.
So Harbin sent you over for...
I'm ready. Yes, yes, yes.
That shot was taken too close to the target.
Haha.
It doesn't count. Move back and try again.
Nobody walks
Not bad, not bad,
Not bad.
not bad.
even make a scratch.
Since you're a
Evil
different
shall
class
never
type
triumph.
than not bad. But since you're a different class type than I'm used to, you pass the combat tests.
Nobody walks away.
Excellent.
Evil
Weapon
shall
rack.
never
What's in there?
triumph.
Short bow. Sling.
I have more bolts. Would you like them?
Yes, I would.
Nobody
I'm gonna dump it on the
walks
ground.
away.
Boom. Awesome. And now I also have a sling, which I will justify throwing rocks at people just because.
Great, I can't do any damage to this dummy with this lousy dagger.
Sable, you should pick up that crossbow. Use
I have a
it.
heavy crossbow.
I'm not sure if the bard has to go to the arcane spellcasting classroom, but I know the rogue has to go to the rogue classroom, of course, and I have to go to divine magic, the priest room. So this is just basically the really extended tutorial. Not that difficult. folks.
Greetings and well met.
I'm still having some difficulty finding my way around.
You can toggle the map by hitting M.
Yes, and yet, despite having the map, I'm still getting lost.
Alright. I mean, you should always do these little things because they give you gifts. And as a magic user, getting that Rod of Frost is... I mean, come on.
Amazing.
Who doesn't want a free, 1d6 thing that has unlimited casts?
And here is the cleric's ability Turn Undead, where they basically channel positive energy to destroy and or scare, demoralize any undead type creature.
I beseech you to speak. I hope there's nothing amiss.
And have to heal this guy. Luckily I have Cure Minor Wounds already prepared.
I beseech you to speak with me. Your training here is complete. You should proceed to the South Assembly Hall to receive blessings and congratulations from Lady Erebeth.
Excellent. I'm squared away.
Oh, I need to rest, but I can't.
You have to run all the way back to the starting room. The barracks, basically. This annoyed me the first time I did my test recording.
Well, if I level up, do I get all my stuff back? I'll have all my casts and everything?
Memorized, I think they'll stay memorized, but any spells that have been spent will remain spent until you rest.
Oh. Wow, that is some bullshit.
Have you noticed your character moving more slowly than the human members of the party?
Yes, like he has to pick up his legs a lot more.
And this is a actual feature of the dwarf race in Dungeons and Dragons. They do move slower than comparable medium-sized creatures.
However, a heavy burden does not slow them down.
Nice. Which saves them, what, about 5 feet of speed, basically?
5 to 10, depending on a medium or heavy load. I think.
I just had the instinct to bash that chest open, but then I realized that you need it for your test.
Alright, now the bard is done resting.
Yeah, that is one balancing feature of spellcasters in this game. We do need to rest to recuperate our spells, and that usually means running far away from enemies.
Yoink.
Right, you'll notice, like, character model-wise, I'm moving a lot faster. Like, I need more leg movements just to keep up with the human party member, even though we run at much the same speed. What I like also about Neverwinter Nights in particular is that when the cleric moves, like, next to my space, if I'm standing there and he's moving through it, it moves me over. Like, there's decent, like, collision detection.
Did they get transferred over to Knights of the Old Republic, or was it not even an issue in that game?
It did get transferred over. Oh wow, that laugh is just dumb. Looking at the emotes here, like, what kind of options we have here? So nod, tired. Oh, look, poisoned.
Not good. I think I've been poisoned.
I feel it.
Ah,
Yes.
man.
I am poisoned.
What happened? Did you lose D4 hit points by having a spike rammed through your gut?
5, actually. That's 5 out of 7. I'm near death.
Where are you at? Oh, there you are. And I can demonstrate why Cleric is handy to have right now.
Oh, awesome.
Is that analog or digital?
The guitar?
Yeah.
Analog, this is an acoustic.
Nice.
And I'm out of tune.
I beseech you to speak.
I see you've got the key on you. Well done. Let me be the first to congratulate you. Your work here at the Academy is all but done.
I forgot, how much did you invest into use magic device?
2 points.
I was actually asking Cyrus. I should have been clear. I forgot that you both have use magic device.
I don't think I put anything at all into it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't.
Later on, it'll take a significant investment if you want to really take advantage of the various items out there.
Now
Anyways.
that you've finished your training, you can
Aren't
go
there
on into the
aren't
South
there
Assembly Hall
like
if you
wondrous
want.
items? Like typically in like tabletop adventures, you could just craft an item that would improve your skill in that way. But I don't know if this game takes advantage of that.
There are items that give skill bonuses, and I believe you can craft some items, but I'm not sure if you can craft wondrous items.
Well, if there's stuff that gives skill bonuses, I might not be like so off.
Warning, you are now in a no PvP area.
Warning.
Ooh, there's a divining pool in here. I'm just gonna dip my hand in it.
You're so sneaky there, Sable, that I did not notice you enter the room. And just for those that care, Tyr is basically one of the major lawful neutral gods. He's missing a hand and an eye, And I believe he has a real world analog, Norse god Tyr. The various deities play an important role in the Forgotten Realm setting. Even if you're not especially religious, you still acknowledge the gods exist, and you might say a little prayer to them or have expressions that reflect your belief in them. Is that kind of the magical storage tank you guys are looking at?
It's not a storage tank. You sell your weapons to it. Are you technically
like a
donating them? But
Wow, you can sell to this thing?
it gives you like a gold piece a piece. Maybe I should sell it back to books.
I got 10 gold for selling that light crossbow, so yeah.
For some reason I got a chainmail shirt. I don't know when I got it. I should start paying attention.
You got it for talking to the
Instructor?
the quartermaster.
Would any of you like a chain shirt?
I think I'm good. I've got studded leather armor.
Okay, I'm just gonna sell it then.
I just got leather, I'll be fine.
Do you mind if I start talking to Arabeth?
Go right ahead.
Alright.
Congratulations. Your training here at the Academy is now complete. May the blessing of Tyr be upon you. I have been looking forward to meeting you. The instructors here at the Academy...
What the heck did you do? Why did you attack her?
I didn't attack her, I tried pickpocketing her.
Why did you do that? She's a key NPC.
The other ones left me alone.
Maybe I can calm her down.
Congratulations. Your
Hey,
training here at the Academy
relax,
is now
Arabeth.
complete.
She didn't mean to
May
cause
the
you any harm.
blessing of Tyr be upon
No,
you.
she totally did.
You're supposed to be chaotic good. Why are you stealing from a lawful good character? I know you guys are at odds, but you're still both good.
I have been looking forward to meeting you. The instructors here at the Academy speak very highly of your skills. I am Lady Arabeth de Tilmaran. Perhaps after the graduation ceremonies, we can speak in private. Neverwinter can use someone like you.
One of you guys has a lot of increasing static in the background. You might want to tune that down somehow.
It's probably me.
Yeah, the hiss became a little unbearable.
We should arrange to... Wait, what was that? Did you feel it? Brace yourself, we are under attack.
And here we go, folks. First real combat, and we are going to demonstrate the pause function.
Destroy the invaders!
Alright, let's try to figure this out tactically. We've got 4 targets, there's 3 of us, and a whole bunch of NPCs who are probably not going to survive.
That's cool.
I'm gonna cast Bless. I think we're all within range to benefit from it.
I'm
you guys ready?
gonna use Bard Song, but I need to get over to you guys for you to get the best effect of it.
Okay.
I'm gonna try for a ranged sneak attack. Well, to the one on the right. The one I'm staring at.
Do you guys have all your options ready to go? Should I unpause?
Yep.
Alright.
Ready to go.
See you cut asunder!
I missed. Wait.
If we can kill these mages before anyone else does, we'll get a lot of XP.
Alright, turn that
Wow, I'm
camera.
really not doing well with this crossbow.
Did you die?
No, one of the NPCs did.
Oh, okay. Damn that magic missile.
Suck Ray of Frost, you little bastard. Wow, he took out that dwarf like no problem.
Damn.
Sneak attack!
Whoa, are you okay?
I'm good, the NPC's
I
dead
must
though.
speak with you.
We're unharmed.
Listen to me. There is not much time. I fear this is no random attack we have suffered. As you may already know, a number of creatures were brought from Waterdeep here to the Academy. It was believed the reagents for a spell to create a cure could be extracted from them. We tried to keep this information secret, but this attack reveals our secret is well known, even to our enemies.
I'm gonna pick the middle option. Everyone at the Academy seemed to know about the Waterdavian creatures.
Rumors spread more quickly than the plague itself, or so it would seem. But what is done cannot be undone. We must focus on the task at hand. Neverwinter has many enemies. Some declare themselves openly, such as the city of Luskan. Others keep their identities hidden from us, striking from the shadows. I do not know.
Oh, it's getting a bit loud.
But it is obvious they are here to destroy our hope of ending the wailing death. You must
wonder if it
protect
happens while
the
I'm playing guitar.
Watadavian creatures.
It
They
does.
must not be allowed
Okay.
to fall into the enemy's hands.
Thankfully, we have subtitles, tiny as they may be.
I would take you to the creatures myself if I could, but I fear my presence would make protecting the creatures more difficult, if not impossible. Our attackers appeared here in this room. It is likely their arrival was magically centered on me. They must have assumed I would be with the Watadavian creatures. Even now, our enemy may be watching me through magical means, hoping I will lead them right to where the creatures are kept. I do not take that risk. You must do this alone. Go back through the hallway leading to this room, and take the corridor to the east. It leads to the chambers where the Watadavian beasts are being kept. The lives of thousands of innocent people hang in the balance. If the creatures are lost, a cure for the wailing death will be lost with them. But if that is not enough to garner your loyalty, know that you will be greatly rewarded if you manage to save the Watadavian creatures.
Shouldn't have let the rogue do the talking.
Take this key. It will open the locked east door back in the hallway leading to this room. I will stay here. Hopefully my presence will draw the enemy away from the creatures they seek. Hurry! Make your way into the hall, and then to the chambers down the east corridor. That is where the Watadavian beasts are kept.
I assume you
The
received
fate
the
of
key.
Neverwinter depends on you.
Oh, here we
This
go.
key will open the door. May Tia be with you. I must speak with you.
We're nice and
You
well
already
rested
did.
and have our spells back.
That's right.
No, you don't need to speak with me, Lady Arabeth. You already did.
Yeah, I heard your song and dance already. Music for puns. I'm gonna shoot this goblin. The bitch is dead.
I'm gonna sneak attack this goblin. Ah, I missed. That's
Yay.
not good.
The joys of level 1. Here's a little bless.
Alright, time to use the
Do we
wad.
continue to go through the doors and kill additional enemies for more experience, or do we charge right on through?
Is this an RPG?
This is an RPG.
We are killing everything in these rooms.
In the name of good, of course. Well, in my case.
Well, I want a better story to tell this tavern goer, so I mean, did I run in by myself?
Ah, I just remembered something. We are going to be playing at a higher difficulty setting, so let me go ahead and crank that up really quickly. I don't know if I can change it right now. I assume so. Difficulty D&D Hardcore, and 1 second. I'm going to be setting my violence level back from Heinz Ketchup down to full. There we go. Now we have a little more of a challenge.
Oh, too late now.
I totally laid that bitch out.
Take no prisoners, man.
You give goblins an inch, and they'll take your family.
I think that the XP increased already. It was, I think, 6 XP. Now we've got 10.
It's pretty good.
So should we double back fully, or just go through the large door right here? I'm gonna double back.
Anything in the chest?
Nope. It's been
Awesome.
ransacked already. The little bastards.
Actually, what was in that chest was a key. So
The little bastards. They took all the chests, according to my game.
okay.
I mean, you, of course, were already in this room doing the rogue testing training, but what do I know? I'm pretty sure the goblins did
range
it.
sneak attack.
Ooh, that is a summoned creature.
Yep.
Potion to cure moderate wounds.
This
Alright.
This funky-looking badger.
Badger.
Do I have summon monster? I also have summon creature. Alright, what are they gonna give me? Summon dire badger. Alright.
Alright, scroll of invisibility.
Dire badger. And your name shall be Fuzzbutt. Come, Fuzzbutt. We have things.
If we're sharing XP, we should all have 182. Do you guys both have 182 experience?
156 now.
166. I think proximity to the death comes with that. Charm, animal, or person? Awesome.
I'll go with the person. Man, they're even back all the way here.
Are we not all animals?
Yeah. But this is D&D, not science class, so I can forgive any kind of clarification errors.
Right. I'm not an animal, except I belong to the kingdom Animalia.
This guy died too. Mr. Levitate.
Oh yeah. Get him, Fuzzbutt. Yeah. Awesome.
I'm heading back to the very beginning. Oh, no goblins here. But unfortunately, it seems that Liquid Snake has perished.
Not that I mind. That's one less snake to deal with.
Back to the big door it is then, because I think we've cleared this area out pretty well. You cannot rest while there are enemies nearby.
Apparently there are enemies nearby, because I can hear them shouting, but I haven't seen any more enemies.
I think that's just background noise for flavor.
Maybe.
I'm a lumberjack and that's okay. Work all night and sleep all day.
Big door it is, I guess.
Alright. Come, Fuzzbutt.
How about the... can't even
Whoa.
make a scratch.
What?
Let's have
Hold on a
it.
sec.
we
Okay,
go.
let's go. I had the key.
You had trouble finding it?
I got lost in the library.
I has the key. Yeah, let's kill this dude. Suck Ray for us, biznatch.
Unable to reach target. We must stop blocking the doorways.
Sorry.
There we go.
What?
Whoop. Attack of opportunity. Sneak attack. Or not.
Yay! Go.
There is an amulet of will +1. Since my will save is already pretty good, I don't mind giving this up to whoever needs it.
Probably me. I've got the weakest will save.
It's on the ground.
At level what?
I
Yeah,
have Fortitude 4, Reflex 1, Will 6.
Will 3.
What are the saves for the
Will 1.
Bard? Only good reflex or what?
Good reflex, good will.
Oh.
And then decent fortitude.
Reflex you can get by with in this game. It's Fortitude and Will. Fortitude and Will are the saves that really matter.
I have great reflex, but poor fortitude and even poorer will.
Hey guys,
Mostly
Salt
because I have
Snake.
low wisdom.
Pavel, you made it by miracle or whatever.
By being
Thank
a
the
twin.
gods you're here. I thought those goblins were going to be the death of me.
Do you like my sunglasses, Snake?
Snake! Did you like my sunglasses?
Liquid! No, I thought they were
Okay.
pompous and stupid.
This game has become even more easier now that we have our little army following us.
How dare you!
I'm an artist.
Bring it, tough goblin.
Fuck yeah, I just cast a spell on a dead guy.
Damn it. Oh, turn undead please. Oh, this guy's probably gonna wreck everything.
Come on, Badger, help me flank him for a sneak attack.
Yeah, Fuzzbutt. Eat that dude.
I don't think piercing weapons work the best against the skeletons, or that could be slashing, actually. Or both, maybe.
Yeah, but I'm up on a goblin.
Potion of bark skin? This is totally for the cleric.
Well, you can use that, because it boosts your AC.
Yeah, but I'm not the one getting hit. You are. So there you go.
Alright, but I suppose the Rogue Ranger could use it too if they get into thick of melee combat. I'll just hold on to it for now.
I guess I'm a little late to the party.
Yeah. Oh, there goes wasted cure minor wounds. Whoops.
Careful with that.
There. The power music cures your minor wounds.
Must be sexual healing.
Let's see.
If I knew some Marvin Gaye, I'd play it right now.
Pavel killed someone!
Wow.
Oh my gosh, you mean he's not the most useless character here?
Actually, it's kind of creepy because Pavel looks like my guy. So he has two clone brothers, I guess.
They do look oddly similar. Same haircut. Just different color.
Okay, this is our next level up.
Yes. Geldar, I will take the instant level up. I don't need you to teach me how to level up.
And basically, every time we level up, which I'll show you in a second, the character portrait becomes replaced by a black background and stars. Come on, I like to get my level up too.
Many fierce enemies
Excellent. Now we're going to be doing our respective level up options. Who would like to start?
Perhaps as host, you should start.
Alright. This won't take too long. So you click on your character portrait, which has now been transformed. Pick your class. I'm sticking with Cleric. Bumping up concentration, heal, persuade, and spellcraft. Luckily this is very easy for me. I don't have a lot of skills to choose from. Hit points gained +9. Great, because clerics get a d8 hit die. They basically roll a 1 to 8 if you're playing on the tabletop version, and they add their constitution modifier, which for me is 1, so 8 + 1 = 9. That's the maximum amount of hit points that I get. There we go. And I also get more spells, which I will assign now. You are extremely quiet, Josh. I don't know if your microphone got muted or something.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to mute it. I had some outside conversation I had to tend to.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Greetings once more.
Okay, blah blah blah. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Damn it. And dialogue. Okay.
There we go.
Character sheet. Click to level up. So we're gonna multi-class to Ranger now.
Interesting. I thought you were going to wait a bit, but this early?
Yeah, I'm gonna do an even split and try to raise them both together.
Oh, okay. Oh, static's increasing again.
Careful with that, Cyrus.
Ah. Okay, so the game doesn't want me to play the Ecstasy of Gold.
Clearly not. Ooh, I gain a favorite enemy. Okay. Rangers gain a favorite enemy, and probably will end up with several over the course of the game. These guys do, I believe, bonuses to hit, as well as resistances to certain things that come from these creatures. Undead is always a good choice at first, as are humans. As the opening enemies will be of those type. Dragons won't show up for a while, but eventually we will be fighting dragons, as I've been told. So actually, right now, I'm going to pick humans. So that seems like a good idea. So there we have it. There we are.
How many hit points did you get? D9 or D11? I mean, how many hit points did you get total?
I went from 7 to 18, so...
Nice.
9. I believe that was a full roll on the D8 for a ranger.
Alright, well, let's level up the Bard. Gonna do one more level of Bard, of course, until Let's see. Well, they do have some cool prestige classes, but I'm not going to worry about them for right now. Alright. I'm going to put 2 into use magic device, since apparently it's going to be awesome later. Alright. Let's do concentration and tumble and spellcraft. Alright, let's get the last 0 level spell. And we're gonna go with... Alright, there are a couple of good ones. I could keep summon creature, and that could help us out because we don't really have a frontline fighter and need the damage. So I'll probably do that. And mage armor just to stay alive, although I would rather be like buff debuff character, so I could take charm person or grease, and grease might be helpful for things to start getting like crazy.
Now me and Josh had discussed this earlier. It may be that area effect spells negatively affect our party if we're in the area of effect, basically, so I'm not sure how we're going to work those out.
Before anybody casts them, pause the game. Let everybody know what you're doing and designate your target so we can get the hell out of the way.
Yeah,
hey guys, I'm going to cast Fireball right now.
At the grease.
Fireball plus grease, that'd be kind of cool.
All right, cool. So there's that. I have additional Bard Song, so there we go. Leveled up, and I need to be getting in the shower and getting ready by like 6:20. So that I can leave by like 6:40.
We're not too far from the end of the Prelude anyways.
Awesome.
By the way, where are we going? That's actually one of the questions I was just asked.
We're going to Revo Burrito.
Where is that?
So it's in the Biltmore. It's on like Camelback and like 24th.
Okay. Dad will know where it is?
No, but if we can Google it, I'll get you Google Maps of it.
Alright.
Little goblin bastards.
Oh man, whoops. Okay, I need to remember to keep my particular keys in mind.
Oh yes, we get a feed at level 3, don't we?
Yep.
Alright, so there's a potion of bless in this chest, and a potion of bull strength.
Well, I'm close to overburdened already. Does anyone need a chainmail?
Chainmail probably wouldn't be good for the rogue, but I don't think any of us is really going to want chainmail.
Yeah, I can't wear it.
Could you use it when you're tanking? So for example, you want to switch over to frontline fighting?
Yeah, I probably could, since I do have medium armor proficiency as a ranger.
Because I'm either going to dump this or give it to someone else. It's weighing me down.
I could also sell it and get more than anybody else, and then split the profits.
Okay, so I'm just going to walk very slowly back to you.
I have to find you.
Once I hit 3rd level, I think I'm going to get 2nd level spells. Bull strength is going to come in handy, because then we could all carry a lot more and do more damage on the ground.
I want to barter with you.
Oops, for what?
There you go. I'm gonna give you this.
I'm gonna accept that.
And
Dire Badger has to move, or I can't pick up the scale mail.
I just noted your character's portrait. It's quite an odd choice.
I know, like that. He's not quite a dwarf, but
he's got the facial hair.
I can't pick up the scale mail.
Why?
It's not allowing me to select it.
Is something still over it?
I don't know. It's also not. It's also floating off the ground.
Weird.
glitch.
Awesome.
Oh, someone just left a whole bunch of extra scrolls in here. Take them. Okay, summon creature 1 right there.
By the way, yeah.
The thing I don't like about Neverwinter Nights is that it's like it's the function keys instead of the number keys that do these hotbars.
By the way, we're just running around at random, doing our own thing, but as the game becomes more difficult and we really need to coordinate, we're going to be sticking together a lot more.
Okay. Here we are. It's ranger time.
This way, Josh.
Yep. I need to close my inventory so I can see my map. I wish all these windows wouldn't open in the same spot. That is kind of a problem, and I can't figure out how to maneuver the windows across the user interface.
I don't think you can.
Josh, would you
That's
like
ridiculous.
a potion of cat's grace?
That would probably help.
You
'cause I
damn
hate
right he
casting
would.
it.
Plus 4 to dexterity. Barter.
Barter, barter, barter.
Should I open my inventory? There we go.
Did we lose a badger?
Yeah. It
Whoa.
didn't die though. I don't think it died. I think the spell just finally faded away.
Probably.
This
Hold on a second, guys.
Damn, that hurt.
Anything cool?
A couple potions of bless, cure light wounds, and some gold.
It's not quite. It's not the. I guess it's part of the.
Okay. The Revo Burrito, by the way, is on 32nd Street.
Right.
Yeah. Cool. I just knew it was near there. I couldn't think of.
But we gotta stop at the smoke place, the bar first.
Well, that's awesome. Okay.
Well, she's not smoking cigarettes.
Touche.
And they close at 7, so we go there first.
Okay.
Let me recuperate my magic. There we go. Summon creature.
We gotta get together and talk business about going in, getting into the.
Right. Okay. Alright,
If we
so
could
we'll
do
talk
that,
that.
if we could do that and make money, our lives would be a lot better.
Yeah. For sure.
Are we all ready?
I think so.
Alright.
Let us descend to the stables, where they never expected us to come out alive.
Oh, what a weird menagerie of creatures.
Oh, I think I just tried to cast the wrong guy.
Oh, you back into this now. This is different. Get tired of that other game?
No, we're actually recording this video.
Damn it! I just hit Pavel.
Yeah.
Darn.
I'm not running the recording.
He didn't become hostile though, did he?
No.
I mean, it's sound and video.
I mean, he's looking at me with a weird
It's not
look,
like video
but
feed.
Yes? Is there something you need?
I kind of want to shoot him again.
I'm gonna be nice.
What happens if I imbibe these spirits?
I don't know.
We came too late.
Let's find out.
The
I'm
creatures are
gonna
lost.
use them.
The Academy student slain. No! This cannot be! How could this happen? All is lost, Fentic. The nymph has fled. The Yonti and the other creatures have escaped into
Oh
the
my,
streets
he's
of
drunk.
the city. And where was Erebeth during all this?
Blah blah blah, yada yada yada. He's really into Lady Erebeth. The old dude's jealous. Pavel wants to say something. No one gives a shit.
I'll talk to Pavel.
I'm no.
I'm no hero.
Never
You must
was.
forgive Dester. The strain of the Wailing Death weighs heavily.
Just an old war dog.
As their leader, Dester has worked long
Hired
and
to
hard
do
to
some
help
wet
ease
work.
the suffering of Neverwinter. And this most recent setback has upset him greatly. I'm Fenthig Moss, priest of Tyr and companion of the Lady Erebeth. You must be
Companion?
the student Erebeth told me about.
Careful you don't build up too much static.
It makes me wonder if it does it while I'm talking. Because if it does it while I'm playing things, it's just as weird.
Well, I think it's because Skype adjusts microphone balance to achieve proper signal to noise ratio. And if you're far away from the mic,
Wait a second. Don't disappear. We still have to level up. Oh, I guess we can do it in the next area anyways.
Whoa, he didn't leave.
You didn't?
No.
Yeah, you're the one who just left.
It looked like you did. It looked like you ghosted out.
Well, it made us all go any. Right, instead just
Quick to
level up.
answer the summons. Allow me to be the first to welcome you
hold
to the
on.
halls of justice.
More dialogue.
This
Fenthic,
is a mistake,
you can-
Fenthic. We know nothing about this whelp. How can
I'm
you
not
so
a whelp. I'm a
blindly
cleric,
trust them?
old man.
Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a tool, man. I'm gonna try and detect some things. I am
Damn
a
it, Jim, I'm
detective.
a doctor, not tech support.
Anybody else notice that this dude, Fenthic or whatever, is standing on one leg like a retard?
I just noticed he is trying his best mime impression.
Yes, and if anyone is upset that I use
In my
retard,
blood.
you can get over it.
Now we can do leveling up again. I'll
Woo.
get to that.
You were quick to answer the summon. This is a
I
mistake,
don't-
Fenthic.
I'm
We know nothing.
Just press escape to ignore them.
There we go. Okay, now I can do this. Another level up, folks. So I'm going to stick with Cleric once again. Same skills. Yeah, same skills. And now I finally get to pick a feat. Well, extend spell is going to be very nice later on because it's going to keep spells going for longer, but I'm actually going to wait and instead take combat casting right now because that means you can cast spells more easily while in melee, which is very helpful. Hit points gained +9. Nice. Luckily I don't have to go through this all over again to get the maximum amount of hit points. Whoever's up next can go.
I believe that's me.
Yep.
Alright, so I'm going to take another level of Rogue. Which means more points in the Appraise skill. More points in Hide. Another point in Listen. Another point in Lore. Another point in Move Silently. A couple points in Open Lock. And a point each in... Oh, did I already... Yeah, I already... Another point each in Disable Trap and Pickpocket. And here we are with another feat.
Static Rising.
Dirty Fighting?
Yes, dirty fighting.
No, dirty fighting is not worth it.
Nope, not worth it at all.
Never. Dirty fighting, not even once. Okay, so Fenthic appears to have fixed himself.
Either rapid reload or point blank shot would be very worthwhile right now, as my strongest weapon is a ranged weapon. And considering how slow crossbows are to reload, rapid reload would be very helpful.
But are you going to stick with crossbows for the remainder of the game, whereas precise shot will last much longer, or point blank shot?
Rapid reload will also help with crossbows, so, or not just crossbows, but also standard bows. So,
Okay.
it's going to be useful no matter what I do, so long as I stick with ranged weapons. And I'm up to 25. I think we're actually getting maximum HP on each level.
For now, at least, I think. Well, it depends on the rules, because when I played it another time for testing purposes, eventually I ran into the fact that I was not getting the max amount of hit points per level up.
You were quick to answer the summon.
All leveled up?
And now for Zabard.
What
Alright.
was that?
And now for the Bard.
Oh, okay.
Cool. So one more level of Bard. I'm gonna dump one more in concentration. Put one into bluff. I haven't seen it come up yet, but I imagine later on it'll be really good to have that going on. One in discipline.
We're gonna have to start cutting this short.
And
We're just about wrapped up here anyways.
that's right, because I know what feat I'm gonna take. Well, yes, weapon focus exotic. There we go. Oh, it's saving. Okay.
There we go.
Yes, so weapon focus. Now I need to pick another spell, and I'm going to take Cure Light Wounds. Because you never know when we're going to need an extra heal. So there we go, I can equip my katana now. There we go.
Let me see that katana. I'll get really close.
It looks like a little machete.
A dwarven bard wielding a katana. That's one of the more original character concepts I've seen in quite some time.
Have you ever seen one wield a sling?
It looks like a pair of tongs in his hand.
Right. Yep, so we'll go with that. Boom. Alright, cool. So, are we done with that with this first act then?
Did you get your full hit points?
21. Yeah.
Okay. We have finished the prelude. We're now at the start of chapter 1. We next have to talk to Airbeth and get our instructions, but for now we're at a pretty good stopping point.
Yeah.
It depends. Do you want to go into the next room and quickly talk to Airbeth and then save, or save now?
I think we should
Might as
save
well
now.
Alright, let's save our characters.
And that way we can just do a big synopsis at the end, like tomorrow.
Make sure you save your characters, and I will save the game. So, escape, save.
Resting.
Careful with the static. Careful with the static.
It's fine. Nobody's
Yeah.
dying.
What shall we call our save game? Our game save. I'll just call it NWNLP.
There we are. That'll work.
And I saved my character already just in case I need to export him or move him around. I suggest you guys do the same if you haven't already.
Yep.
Yep.
Alright. Well, folks, that's our first session. We have completed the prelude, and we're well on our way to starting chapter 1 as we delve further into the city of Neverwinter. I'm Ragitsu, and I'll talk to you later.
Have a great night, folks.
Peace out.